If you sell on Walmart and you do keyword research for Walmart, you will notice that the search volume is much lower than when you do research for keywords on Amazon. The reason is that Walmart has unique traffic sources like product attributes, as well as external traffic sources like Google Shopping. In this video, you will learn how you can use Helium 10's Cerebro tool to conduct keyword search for Walmart, and you will also learn what new features Helium 10 brought for Walmart sellers to their tools. If you want to try Helium 10 for yourself, you will find the link below and also a discount code in the description.
Hi, Gary. I'm really excited to have you on OrangeClick channel today to talk about Helium 10's Cerebro tool, which sellers who want to sell on Walmart can also use. But before we go into it, could you first give us a little bit information about your background and also introduce Helium 10 for those who don't know the tool yet?
Yeah, so I'm an Amazon seller, Walmart seller, and I have a Shopify site. I've been selling since about 2016. And I've been working at Helium 10 for a little over 2 years now as a brand evangelist. So what I do is just help people understand how to use the tools and give, tips and tricks and strategies to help everyone to boost their sales.
Okay, cool. And you mentioned that you're also a Walmart seller. So I think it's very interesting to hear from you how you usually use Cerebro for selling on Walmart too. So yeah, let's get straight into it. Show us and teach us how to use it in the best way.
All right, so this is what where you log in to Helium 10. It's our dashboard. And what you want to do is you want to go to Cerebro like usual. So you click on Cerebro, and then you're going to want to make sure to choose the market. And there's a bunch of different marketplaces for Amazon, but at the very bottom, we have the Walmart marketplace. So you want to choose the Walmart marketplace in order to do this for Walmart. And what you'll want to do is search something like, for example, let's see, garlic press. I always use that as an example because that's the example that everyone uses. So you can go, and find, a garlic press in here. So let's see, I'll click on this one. And what you want to do is you want to look at the product ID that's up in the URL, and I'll just right click it. It's literally this digits in the actual URL. If you have a hard time figuring out what number it is, you can pull the X-ray extension, and there's an easy way to just copy it from there. But you just like you need an ASIN for Amazon, you need a product ID for Walmart. So I'm going to go ahead and copy and paste that into this little search bar, and then you can actually, depending on your plan, you can go up to 20 at a time. And so I'm going to just start with one, and I'm going to show you that, and then I'm going to add some more in there and show you how to compare with some other competitors. So let's go ahead, and I'm going to hit get keywords. And what this is going to do is it's going to basically show all of the keywords that this product is ranking for, sponsored and organic. So it's really helpful. What we have here is we have a few filters here. So if you wanted to filter something out, you could see that. You can also see the search volume side by side to Amazon. Now, I know a lot of people think it's really low search volume for a lot of these keywords, but there's a lot of different ways that Walmart actually sends traffic to your listing. So they actually will show your products in Google Shopping. So you'll see them there, even if you're not advertising, and you'll see them in Bing Shopping. So they are trying to drive some external traffic there. So there is that. But then also there are a lot of, when you create your listing, there's attributes. So attributes are really important on Walmart because you'll see on the very left-hand side that you literally can filter down, by color, size, and all these different attributes. So when you're creating your listing, you want to make sure to add in all of the attributes you can, as many as possible. And that's why it kind of looks a little bit less. People start maybe on a main keyword and filter down. So that's something to keep in mind there. But you can see the search volume here, and you can also up here, there's some filters, and you can, filter if, say, phrases containing, say you wanted phrases only that contained garlic. You can put in garlic, and you'll see only phrases that contain garlic on there. So if you did that, they're only going to be that. If you want to clear the filters, you're going to clear it just like normal. Something I really like to do with this is I actually like to filter sponsored rank. And you can see here that there's literally no sponsored rank because they're not even advertising. So there's a lot of competitors that aren't even advertising at all. And so it's kind of interesting to see that there's open space. Now, if I were to go and choose one of these other these other kind of sponsored ads, you could actually take a look at what their, you could take their product ID and you could take a look at what their sponsored rank is, and you could see exactly which, you know, which keywords they're targeting. So I might just go ahead and do that for you so you can see it. So I'm going to copy this ID here and I'm going to clear that one out. And I'm going to get keywords for this new one so that we can see the sponsored. And you can do this for Amazon too. You can just put one at a time and you can see the sponsored keywords. So I just sort for the sponsored rank and you can see where they're advertising. So they're garlic mincer, garlic press, Spanish words are actually really popular in Walmart. So you'll see a lot of Spanish words. So yeah, that's a great way to, you know, find a good strategy and find some good keywords. So that's one of the main things that I like to do is take a look at where they're, you know, your competitors that are already established, where they're already advertising, and then kind of copy that strategy there. Now, another thing that you can do is you can compare competitors. So what you can do is you can do more than one. So if I'm going to copy this one again. So we've got this product ID, and on my account, I can go up to 20, but a lot of people probably are up to 10. It just depends on the level of your plan. So I'm going to do this one as well. I'll just do 3 to start. And so I'm going to just paste them all in here, and then I'm going to hit get keywords. And this is going to basically show all of the keywords that all of these keywords are ranking for. So you're going to see, you know, the organic and sponsored keywords in here. And there's a few more filters here. And what I like to do is I like to kind of go ahead and see, you can see over here, we've got position rank. So usually whenever I put these different product IDs in here, I always put my own first if I wanted to, you know, compare myself to my competitors. So we're going to pretend like this is us. Okay. So whenever you're doing a Cerebro search and you do multiple searches, all of them are going to be compared to that first product ID or, you know, first ASIN if you're doing the Amazon version. So the position rank over here, that's the organic rank of that first product ID. So you can see the organic rank there. Relative rank here, this is basically where that first product ID is in regards to the competitors. So the relative rank here, it means they really aren't ranking. The other 2 competitors are beating them. So you can see that we're in zero place. So this one competitor is in 5th place, ranked 5th, and then the other competitor is ranked 8th. So we're not even ranking there, but right here, it looks like we're beating everybody because we are, you know, position 1 on this particular keyword. So we're beating them there. So you can see where you are in regards to your competitors. So it looks like we're 3rd here. So competitors are beating us on this for garlic mincer tool. So that, you know, is a very relevant keyword. So if they're ranking 1 and 6, that might be something I want to target a little bit more and try to rank for. So I really like to look at these to see, you know, where the competitors are and where I'm not even ranking at all. So you can actually do a relative rank, a minimum of 3. If I go in here, put a 3. And if I apply the filters, then you're going to see all of the keywords that your competitors are beating you on. So looks like we're 15th here, we're 29th here. So that's a good way to kind of find where your competitors are beating you so that you can kind of target those keywords. So every time you go back to a search, I always like to clear the filters again. And you can do a bunch of different searches. You can say, you know, a minimum search volume. It's going to be a little bit lower on Walmart. So just always keep that in mind. You can search by organic rank, you know, show me the, you know, keywords that the first product ID is, you know, ranking between 1 and 20 if you wanted to. Phrases containing this is you can play around with this quite a bit, and it can help you to kind of filter and help you to see where your competitors are. So down here you can see, you know, the sponsored rank, how many competitors are, you know, actually doing sponsored ads for a particular keyword. So you can see that it looks like only 1 of the 3 is actually advertising. So That's kind of a good sign. So there's a lot of opportunity here, and you can see that when you do Cerebro on Walmart. You can see that, you know, a lot of the competitors aren't even advertising, or you know, you could easily beat them on some of these keywords. So that's Cerebro for Walmart. You can do the single search and the multi-search. So that is pretty much it on that.
Okay, thank you very much for demoing how to use it for Walmart. I think Amazon sellers kind of have advantage of going to Walmart because you're so used to already with, for example, using Helium 10 tool and understanding like keyword research and different metrics. So even now, there's like so much data you can see about Walmart too. And I kind of remember, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I think people always are shocked at the lower search volume, but even on the lower search volume keywords, I still, if it's very relevant, I still get multiple sales on them. Even like I remember one was 17 and I got like 5 sales on that. So it's like, you know, you never know.
Yeah, and I wanted to say that I kind of remember one of the probably first videos we recorded with you about Walmart, probably year or even more back, and you have been within the Walmart thing for a while now. So I wanted to ask, like, how do you feel how the things have developed, how the marketplace has developed? Maybe you have some kind of like updates to share about it.
Yeah, it's actually gone in the right direction. I think, for example, you used to not be able to show up for sponsored and organic positions at the same time, and they changed that. So now you show up for organic and sponsored. So you literally, if you were advertising, you would have to turn off your ads to see where your organic rank was, to see if your organic rank was good enough to just not run ads. So they changed that. Now you can see sponsored and organic rank. You also were only allowed to advertise up until your organic position. So if you were ranked 100 on a particular keyword, you could only advertise up to that 100th position on the searching grid. And so it was really hard to get to the top, and really kind of, you know, even if you wanted to pay to play, you really couldn't, because you couldn't get to the top of the search. And then also it used to be a first price auction. So it was like, if you bid $5, you would have to pay $5. Now you bid $5 and the going rate's $1.50, you're going to pay $1.50. They've added video ads, they add, sponsored brands. They're beta testing stores. So now if you're a brand registered, you can have a store. They also are beta testing subscribe and save. There's a lot of things that they've done to really improve. I did a speech at Prosper where you could literally see my sales were like $200 in a month. And then they go all the way up to 10,000 because of the changes that Walmart made. So it was very, very clear to me, like the incremental changes, everything that happened along the way that Walmart did helped me to be able to get that visibility, because I wasn't able to, my advertising was just failing up until that point. So you can definitely see they're moving in the right direction. I was at the Walmart conference. It was last month. Time's just all blurry to me, but it was in August, end of August. And I really felt like they were listening to us. They want to make it a good marketplace for both sellers and customers. And I think they were really listening, and they, they've now you can ship into Walmart Fulfillment Services big items. You could only do up to 150 pounds. Now you can do like big patio furniture. So if you're a seller of big items, you can ship them into WFS now. They're opening a market in Chile. So they have Canada, the US, Mexico, and now Chile. So there's a lot of things. I think they're really growing, and the opportunity is still there. It's definitely getting a little bit more competitive. I noticed my cost per click has gone up, but still not the same as Amazon. But I think it's a really good place to go. There are certain items I think that work best, like home items or things you repurchase a lot, which is why that subscribe and save is going to be awesome. If you have a subscribe and save product, that would be I think it's going to be great. And I think even clothing is actually kind of getting some traction, because I've seen some influencers, which is kind of funny because I follow all the clothing influencers, and they've been advertising for Walmart. They're like, I can't believe I got this at Walmart, or whatever. So it's kind of amazing to see that people are actually buying clothes at Walmart, because it used to be like, oh, I'm not gonna buy anything. I mean, that's the way growing up, it was like, ew, Of course, I always secretly bought stuff, but but now it's even like the same stuff that you'll see on Amazon, you'll see You'll see it on Walmart too, because the sellers are starting to sell in both places. So there's a lot of changes. I think people are starting to see it more. So that's a long-winded answer, but I think they're growing a lot with influencers, and all the things that they're doing incrementally, I think, are really good changes.
No, actually, yeah, it was a long answer, but so you gave away so many cool details about the updates I wasn't personally, for example, aware of. So very good overview, I would say, and definitely good to see how they are bringing more tools for brand owners, and great to hear about your own growth as well. So I think we need to record like a full video about updates.
Oh yeah, I have a lot of updates. I do presentations and I have so much I usually have to cut it down because I have so many things to say, but yeah.
Yeah, I'm thanking you for taking time to show us the Cerebro tool, and yeah, I hope to see you soon again.
Yes, we'll see you soon. Bye.
I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have additional follow-up questions, use the comment section below, and we will pass on those questions to the team of Helium 10. If you want to try Helium 10 Suite, you will find the link and coupon codes below in the description. And as always, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. And now I would like to invite you to watch other videos about Helium 10. It's the whole playlist where you can learn more about their different tools.